big
His
boy.
dad-
Let's play with you.
His dad owns
We're
like
nice
a
guys.
tree farm or something.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Go. Cut,
None of
Tanner.
that.
Take one.
Cut. Take one.
Take
All right.
one. All right, yeah.
All right. All right. Today we have Wax Dream. Thank you guys for
All
joining
the way
us.
From Funky
Uh,
Town.
Let's start with
Funky
Quinn.
Town.
Name and instrument.
Yeah, you cut me off there. Well, my name is Quinn. I play guitar and sometimes sing.
Nice. I'm Connor. I play the bass and just kind of embarrass everybody all the time.
This is true.
Yeah.
Got that on lock. Sure. I'm Nick. I play guitar and sing.
I'm Chris. I play the drums.
Very
I play
nice.
the short and sweet.
All the way from Houston.
Yeah.
City. Sweet. What is this? You're on tour right now. Like,
No,
where
this is
all
it.
are you
We
going?
managed.
This
The
is it.
beginning of our
actually?
U.S. tour.
We do these things. They're tiny tours where we just go out of town and play one show and then go back.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Financially,
Yeah.
it's not very stable. but-
Yeah.
We've actually just been on one really long tour, but we keep going home.
Yeah.
We just route
Takes
back
a
and then we go. Every time it just works. That's awesome, man.
Did y'all enjoy? Y'all played Denton last night. Backyard on Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was way colder than we were expecting.
Yeah, it just dropped too,
Super
like
crazy.
Saturday.
Seriously.
Yeah,
It was cool. It was a
That's
good
a cool
time.
video.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, they had a great stage. It sounded great.
The sound is really good there.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
cool.
And then y'all had some fun times with the bass.
Oh my god. And then yeah. So,
yeah, let's
all
get
the
into that real
way,
quick.
all the way through sound check, the bass rig is like fine, it's on, it works, and then like we get like a minute and a half into the first song and it just turns off. I'm sick.
Yeah. And I think actually, the first note of the song, I hit the cymbal. And the cymbal just like jumped off of the stand and fell on the ground. It was like, I'm out of here. This is not gonna go well.
Oh
See
my
ya.
gosh, checked out.
Like the first hit, it just popped right off the stand.
That's crazy.
So we just kind of fell apart right there.
Did that take the night for like most embarrassing?
Oh,
mistakes?
not even close. No.
Probably the one we decided not to play because we were too afraid we were gonna totally screw it up.
Yeah, right. Do we get to talk about the most embarrassing night, or are we not going to?
What? I forgot what the
I was still thinking the first time we were at Continental that
Oh yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that's pretty good. We tried to do. We wanted to do a cover of "Fantastic Explosion of Time" by Pond.
Okay.
Right?
yes.
And we had played it like a week or two before.
Mhm.
And we pulled it off.
And we pulled it off. It was great.
So good.
But then the thing is me and Nick were both in. We had like the worst night of camping the night before in Colorado, and you like almost like got really fucking sick, and like were throwing up
Oh, yeah.
till like 3 in.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And it wasn't because of drinking. It was like eating. Actually, no, it was in Austin, I believe.
yeah, we were in Austin.
Yeah. And I ate P. Terry's, and I threw
no.
up.
It's usually amazing.
And it was like in
Yeah.
the middle of like it was like 3 in the morning. And
Yeah, it was
I
3 in the
woke
morning.
up camping and I'm like, no, this isn't right.
I was still up, so I was just like, "You good?" Because I hear him just like, fuck."
You good?
And then I was like, "You good?" He's like, "I don't know, man." And then he goes and just like yaks, and then I'm just like, "Oh, this is not good. This is not good." Because we have to drive back and do a show the next day,
Sunday
right?
night.
Sunday
I
night.
might add.
So it's already like a prime spot.
Yeah, it's
right.
already
Stressed
like,
out.
Sunday night goes.
after we were in and just the whole night was bad. Like we were sleeping on like these wooden slats
Okay.
in like a campground, and it was like it was alright.
But it was like a bring your own mattress, and like who's
Yeah.
gonna bring their
Wow.
mattress?
Well,
BYOM, dude.
So we were
They were
sleeping on
advertised
wood,
as
like-
cots, right? They're like,
Yeah.
yes, they have cots. We're like, all right, sick. We got cots. We get there. The cots are literally like, it's some 2x4s and then like some plywood.
Yeah,
going across
like
it.
straight up. It was
So
like-
we're sleeping on those,
Oh,
and then we drive back, and I'm late getting back into town. Like I'm getting into town when like sound check is supposed to be.
Just straight to the venue.
Straight to the venue, no shower, nothing. And then for some reason we're still like, yeah, we haven't practiced in a while, but we can do this. So we try and do Fantastic Explosion of Time. It goes fine until the chorus hits. And me and Connor both just forgot how the chorus went. We're like, oh,
Dude.
They stopped playing.
Stop playing.
We just-
bad.
I was literally just going like, hold the open note and fucking up and down the neck, like, oh shit.
And Connor just stopped. He was like, I'm not playing.
I don't know.
And then we cut the song off halfway through, and it was super dope.
It was our first time there, and the guy that had invited us, we wanted to make
impress.
such a good impression.
Wow.
Yeah, it was our first time playing for Wallflower.
Yes.
Yeah.
I apologized to him afterwards. I was like, that's
Yeah.
not us.
That ain't us.
So
We're not
sorry.
that. But we played a bunch more shows with them,
Yeah,
fortunately. so
we've
it
recovered.
worked out. We played some good shows at Continental now, so it's in the past. We're over it.
Sorry,
That's
we don't need
definitely
to bring
like-
up bad memories.
No, we overcame it.
Do y'all typically throw a cover in y'all set? Or?
Man, I wish we could do
We
more.
haven't
We
in
used
a
to.
while. Yeah, what did we?
We used to play Real Deal Mama by White Denim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a crazy
that
one.
I think we don't have a lot of time to practice, unfortunately, because Nick lives in San Marcos, and so we really just come together for shows, and we use that as the opportunity to like
Practice
improve our songs, like practice
Yeah.
our songs.
Mhm.
And so, if we have any time to practice, we're trying to learn our own new material. So
Yeah.
there's just not really an opportunity to learn some covers.
Yeah, I've always felt the same way. When we get together, it's like, why are we gonna spend this time learning someone else's music?
Yeah, exactly.
That's
for
you know,
sure.
we're coming together to write some
It
music.
is that way.
Yeah.
It'd be like
It'd be like.
How did y'all come up with Wax Dream? Who came up with the name?
Quinn didn't like my idea, so
He had to come
Uh,
up with his
You
own.
didn't have any idea.
I had tape. That was it.
Yeah, the word tape.
I was waiting for like 4 more to continue.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, tape.
Tape.
Well, no, like, basically, we had, like, me and Connor and Nick were in a band for a little while, and then that fell apart. Don't know. So that kind of went, it just went away. And so we were like, okay, well, we got to think of a new band name. So I basically just took a bunch of song names that I liked, and then like took just like random words from it and made like a word cloud thing, and then paired a bunch of them together.
Very nice.
And Wax Dream was just the one that kind of came out as like, okay, yep, cool, that works. Is the one we liked. And then I looked it up, and what the best part about it, I looked it up to see, basically just to see if anyone else had done that yet, like, because that's the crucial part in
Yes, it
naming
is.
a band right now,
A lot
is
of
you gotta
try.
Google it and see if anyone else has that band name, and if they do, are they big enough to
That's
for
right.
it to matter?
Can we overcome? It
Um,
turns into a mission.
And then so what happened, I look it up, and there's no other bands called Wax Dream at the time of, so anyone else don't,
You did.
you're not gonna, yeah.
You can't be
Uh,
bigger than us.
Yeah, we're already so fucking
We're
huge,
already
dude.
touring, man.
Uh,
Already doing the longest tour.
But but basically, I look it up, and all it is like different like ways to dream about wax and stuff.
That makes sense.
And like all it is like dream meanings. Like that's all the Google results. So one of them was if you dream about making candles, it's like success in a new business venture. And I was like, all right, cool.
Nice.
That kind of makes sense, I guess. It's like a new band, new
Yeah.
success, whatever. And then also if you dream about being a bee in like a hive, that's where the
It's a capitalist nightmare.
yeah basically it's like you hate, you're like dissatisfied with your job and your day-to-day like working life, and that's where we've got a t-shirt with a bunch of bees on it. So,
That's
There you go.
cool.
That's
that
what I
come from?
thought it was.
Yeah.
And one time I was like telling people like all this like deep stuff, and Quinn comes up and he's like, "It's not it."
no, I
He's
just
like,
wrote some words down.
I
dude.
just wrote a word
Oh my-
cloud. I was like, "Oh, cool."
You guys have a lot of singles. Is that
We do.
I think I saw like on Spotify at least just one EP.
Yeah.
1 EP and 3 singles. Right?
Yes.
3
Mhm.
singles.
I think our logic behind that was like before I joined the band, they had released a whole album, and I feel like it's easier, especially at the level that we are. Like it's better to release one at a time and kind of like say, hey, we've got a new song, check it out, as opposed to hey, we've got 12 new songs.
Yeah.
Like that'll buy us like 2 weeks worth
It is,
of time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're just trying to
because-
get some people to like listen to some of this stuff, you know.
Right.
That way there's like something to listen to.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's hard for someone just to dive into an album if they've never heard of y'all before, or if
Yeah.
they don't know what the music's about. So yeah, pumping out singles like that, man, it just seems to be the path
Mhm.
of what it's going. Because man, if you get one of those singles on a playlist, you know.
Be there.
But yeah, I mean that just seems to be the norm now. I mean, so many bands come through, and that's like that's what they're leaning towards now instead of doing a whole album.
We have a vinyl coming out.
Oh,
May
very
correct me
nice.
if I'm wrong. May 10th.
Yeah.
So we've got 5 songs in that. We're actually splitting with another band, Moon Dunes from San Marcos. So we're
Very
doing like
cool.
half of them, half of us, printed to vinyl. So
Dude,
A lot
that's
cheaper to do
awesome.
it that way.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
a full 12-inch. So it's
Dude, wow, that's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, we've got 2 California bands, and that's the only area where we know, I don't know, that has come through, and they have literally what you're saying just on a 45.
Oh,
No.
2
it's just a
bands,
split,
a
yeah.
single on
that's
each
really
Oh,
cool.
nice.
I like
them, and then Spooky Mansion, they got the same
Nice.
thing. But y'all are doing a full. That's so cool, man. That's
Yeah.
So
awesome.
6 and 6.
I think it's 5 and 5,
5
right?
and 5.
5 and 4.
5 and 4. Yeah,
Very
it's like
nice.
they give you like a recommended like how much you should put on each side because I guess like fucks with the quality or something like that.
Oh, okay, wow.
And yeah, we put 5 on our side
Yeah.
Very nice.
because one of our songs is like 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
right.
And then
True.
and then the Moon Dune side, it's like there's one song that's like 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So, cool.
It's gonna be
May
cool.
10th?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd y'all record?
For that.
Oh.
Different. Okay, so like for Wax Dream,
Mhm.
226, he went to recording school at this place called 226
In Houston.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we cut everything there, and he mixed and mastered everything. He did
Very
the
nice,
engineering
man.
and everything. And then for Moon Dunes, like I'm actually part of Moon Dunes. We like went to a recording conservatory in Austin, and then our bass player Patrick Ford mixed and mastered everything.
Very
So-
cool, man. That's awesome.
It's so
It's
cool.
nice to have a person within the band because they know the music
Yeah.
best,
Yes.
right? You
Yes.
know,
For
that's that.
Quinn
is
just
insane.
knows how to make us sound incredible.
And I feel like with
That's
Guilt
awesome.
Trip, I was talking about this with Connor yesterday. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we had the song structure, but we weren't really extracting all the music out of it that I knew that we could. And so we recorded it,
Suck the
and we kind of listened to it, and we were like, "That's how it's supposed to go."
That
and
was
so we're kind of
insane.
doing a cover of our own recording.
I like had
Because it
no.
It
yeah.
didn't really have an identity until we recorded it, and then we kind of figured it out, and now we're just playing it like we recorded it.
I like had
That's
no
cool.
perception of that song specifically, like outside of my own part. Like I just knew that like it went with the drum part, and I was like, "This is how the song goes." And then yeah, we put out the recording, and I heard it, and I was like, "Oh my
That's
god,
how it's supposed to sound.
Yeah.
this is insane."
That's what it was.
This is literally like I
Oh.
just never heard it before.
That's
So
awesome.
now every time we play it, I'm just like,
Yeah.
yes.
I definitely turned it from like one of our, at least one of my more favorite songs to play to probably my favorite,
Yes.
just because we,
Yeah.
just the dynamics and
It's a good one.
the emotion, the middle section.
Oh, man.
It's good stuff.
But I love our recording session. I love being at 226 because it's like it's a studio it's in like the bottom floor of the building is a studio and then the top floor is like a house.
Oh, wow.
And it's got like a
okay.
fancy it sits on a street and it's got a nice fancy gate.
Oh,
And you like
man.
buzz yourself in.
Oh, wow.
And so when you're standing out on the sidewalk with like your gear,
Looks so
and you're
cool.
like,
Yeah.
I'm here.
Like I'm so cool.
I'm here to tear it out. I'm here to tear it out.
I got my shades on, even though it's nighttime. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding. I get the
Okay.
vibe. I get the vibe. No, I'm just kidding.
Was it hard to
That's
get
awesome.
time to like book time there? Or could you go there whenever?
I mean, it was pretty.
Quinn's kind of the man on the inside.
Yeah, I know the dude
He knows a
that
guy.
owns the place, Paul Cox. I know him really well.
Mhm.
Like
Taught him
what
everything
Nick
he
said.
knows.
Yeah, I did. He used to have this like recording program thing there,
Mhm.
and so I did that. So it's basically like kind of an internship sort of
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
And so I learned how to record there, and then for the EP we I needed to record a band for I needed to actually do 2 projects for the course, and so I did the Wax Stream EP, and then there's this other band out of Houston that's really good called Howard and the Nosebleeds, and
Shout out,
I did
boys.
their record there as well. Gotta rep the boys.
Shout out.
But yeah, we did that there, and yeah, I pretty much just texted him like, hey man,
Hey, we need a spot. And
we
he's
need
like,
a spot.
"Bet."
This is when we're all in town. Can we do this? And he's like, gotcha.
Yes.
And the other cool thing about Guilt Trip specifically
Mhm.
is we got the keys on it are actually a guy named Michael Hunter from White Denim. We got him to lay
And
down
Mama
the
Larky.
keys.
Wow.
And Mama
And
Larky.
Mama Larky
And
as well.
Oh, wow. boys.
That's awesome.
And
Girls.
yeah, so we had him. We had Michael Blake. So many Michaels.
Yeah, too many mics.
Too many mics.
Michaels.
We had our friend Michael Blake out in Austin record him remotely for that, and then just kind of tack his part in there. And
Very cool.
so it just worked out, and it like really like made the song.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like I was like, oh yeah, this is right.
We are nothing without our features.
Yes.
Yeah.
There should be more features though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
we should
Wanna
should
see
be
more
more of
bands
that.
collaborate. Which is, I
Why
guess,
do
we're
rappers
seeing
get to
more
do
of
it, but we don't? You know.
Can't
Yeah,
all
they
be
do it
J.
all
Cole,
day,
yeah.
man.
All the time.
Every fucking track.
Featuring.
Yeah.
This just goes on.
How did y'all all meet?
Oh, wild.
High school.
I think yeah,
Well,
like
after
Quinn
high
and
school.
Quinn and Nick
Well, I've
were
known
already
you the
friends.
longest, actually. I've known you.
We were wee
Oh,
little
boys.
boys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
I
like,
didn't know that.
I met Chris because he is in the same grade as my brother, my older brother, and they played CBL together.
Competitive basketball league.
Yeah. And so, like, that's how I knew Chris. And then, like, it just came full circle where it's just like, yo, you play music now? It's like, oh, shit.
Oh shit! What's up?
Yeah.
Wild.
And
That's cool.
I met Quinn whenever we used to skate back in the day. Like, maybe, like, 7th grade?
Yeah.
7th grade.
You were in 7th grade.
I was in 7th grade. Yeah.
But yeah, we used to skate together and shit, and that was fun. And then it was the same thing where like we both knew each other played guitar, but we never really did anything with it. And then I met Connor in high school, borrowed a pedal from him, and then didn't give it back for like a year.
Yes.
And every day I would
Yes.
come to class and be like, "Dude, I'm gonna bring that pedal tomorrow."
Give it to you, dude.
And then and then it never happened. And then he just came to my house one day and was like, "I need that pedal."
I'm gonna go ahead and snatch that out, dude.
I had no
That's
idea.
hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
And then we didn't talk for a while, and then just cause whatever, like
Yeah, right.
And then one day we did this thing.
Oh my god, yes.
And I was trying to start a band with this other guy, and then we did this Dark Side of the Moon cover thingamajig.
Okay.
Chris actually played drums for that,
Yeah.
but then he wasn't in that band, and then there's too many bands, just like there's too many mics,
too many bands.
Too many mics, too many bands.
And then so we started this band, and we're like, we don't have a bass player, and then so I was like, hey Connor, you own a bass, right?
Yes.
Because he was a guitarist until then,
Mm.
and then now he's just the bass player now.
I went to
I
so
remember
many.
that. That was
yeah,
January
right?
10th, 2015.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dates.
I was
man.
like
Yeah.
going to
Nice.
their shows, and I went to their Dark Side of the Moon thing, and I was like just trying to like hang around. So that they
Networking.
would ask me, and then they
That's
did,
awesome.
and I was like,
Ah,
ah,
yes.
And then
That's so cool.
and then yeah, that was actually all of our bands. Every time I'm like, yeah, and then there was this band. It's all out of the end of another band.
Oh wow.
So like I was in a band with Nick, and then that fell through, and I was trying to start a band with this other guy, and Nick was going to be in that. Then we needed a bass player. That was Connor.
Yes.
And then we just kind of knew Chris
Yeah.
from like, well, you were living in Austin for a lot of this time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Chris had also filled in on like for drums on the old band that us three were like part of,
Mm.
and Quinn would always just take the guitar part whenever I did. There was like maybe 2 shows where I couldn't make it.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
So I would
And
play the guitar
he would
parts.
play my stuff, and then like
Because I
Chris
played
would
drums
play-
in that band.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
And
cool.
then
So naturally, whenever we got to the point where we're like, we needed a drummer.
We
You had
just
a show the
like,
next day.
boom.
Yeah, we had a show the next day. We're like, dude, can you learn all this stuff? And he like already knew a lot of the stuff
Yeah.
anyway,
Oh,
so it was
there
like
you
cool.
go.
And we actually pulled it off,
Yeah.
like decently well.
It was crazy, dude. Are we allowed like how deep? Like, are we gonna like?
we're not
deep
going to
do
go
we
into
get?
more.
Well, I was
That's-
just gonna talk about Chris specifically.
Oh,
Okay, because I've talked about this with Chris before, but I didn't even like want Chris in the band. I was like, I don't want this guy playing drums.
Yeah.
And now,
Like, okay.
and now like we're so
Yeah.
it's so tight, so
That's
happy.
awesome. Man.
Did y'all have like a vision for the band? Like we want to sound like this.
We all
band,
had
or, like,
different visions for the band.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We want to be
That's neat.
bigger than Kanye. That's the vision.
That's
I
straight
think
up.
all of us,
The
right?
only
Yeah.
goal we have. We should have a dartboard with Kanye on it, and we're like,
Yeah.
one day soon. coming for you.
One day we're
Coming
gonna get him.
for
We're
you.
gonna get him right
Yeah.
between the eyes, and then
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and then
You're gonna
someone,
strike gold.
you want to play Coachella?
Yeah. Ring. Oh.
You want to, dude? The headliner dropped out. We need a band right now.
Yeah. He's gonna see that. He's gonna like be browsing just like
Well,
Obscure
like
video.
Kanye West is gonna show up in the metadata for the
Yes.
video,
There you
and
go.
you know he's gonna Google himself like he does, and
Yeah.
and we're just gonna be hardcore roasting him. And so if we disappear, is what I'm saying.
If
You know who
anything
we are.
happens to
Yeah.
us,
Eventually, they'd find the Kanye board and be like, I think we know what
I
happened.
think we know what happened. Yeah.
I would say back on like how we got our sound.
Oh.
I think both the bands that we were previously in, like their old band and then my old band would play together, and I think both of the styles were too, I don't want to say weird, but they were very out there.
Yeah.
It was very like progressive stuff, and it was
What are you
hard
trying to say?
I'm getting.
I'm just saying that your band was bad, dude.
Hey,
Yeah.
I loved it. I fought to keep that sound, but you guys were like,
No.
No, I do not want the weird shit.
But I think we found that it was less fun to play that kind of music live because people there would kind of just want to drink and dance and have fun, and they'd be like, I don't know, I can't get down to this.
I
and
can't
so-
dance in 11, you assholes.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, it's in
Dip,
13? One bar of 13?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like we'd have songs where it'd be like it's in 7, and then there's one bar of 13, and then it's in 6, and then it's in 4, and then it's in 7 again, and it's like fucking
We had
why?
songs like where we
It's
got
almost
like
drunk,
only
crazy.
one part, like like one part's in 5 and one part's in 7 and one. it was just
Yeah, like the
so-
guitarist would be playing in 5, and then the rest of us are in 3.
And it was just like we got so.
Oh,
so if
man,
this
that's
project
crazy.
like had
Yeah.
one thing we wanted to do, it was to make like more appealing
Like simplicity,
music.
really.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like drink beer,
Like, easy
just
on
nod
the
your
eyes.
head and be like, hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Sure
yeah,
don't
I
be-
like this, you know, yeah.
Yeah, this grooves.
Yeah.
For sure.
Grooves. That's the key word, right?
So
But
we
like
played-
we're still weird though, so
Yes.
like a lot of it like
It comes
it's
out in between songs.
yeah, it comes out in between, but it comes out in
Our
like
mouths.
it'll come out in like, oh, this song ends with an explosion of clocks. Cool.
Yeah, right.
like
We still do stuff.
we still do weird shit, but like the song itself
Doesn't
isn't.
affect the groove.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we basically wanted it to be something that you can listen to.
Yeah.
Like it's listenable, you know.
Yeah, like easy on the ears kind of thing, right? Not
Yeah.
too much.
Something only musicians would be like, yeah. Everyone else.
Yeah.
It's like I don't
It's
understand. Yeah.
Like some Radiohead.
What's
Don't even get me started.
what's y'all's favorite show ever played?
That we played?
Oh,
That you played.
man. I don't know. That first they're all at really small. That first
Big
co-op
Top.
we did was really awesome.
Oh, that
Oh,
was great
yeah,
too.
that was
good.
one of the
extra
most
show.
And Helios.
Yeah, that was one of the
Yeah,
most fun.
That's
we
where
had,
we
like-
played Fantastic Explosion
didn't
successfully.
suck.
Yeah, we did it correctly there.
Right time.
Yeah, that one was cool because it was like there wasn't like a stage or anything.
Okay.
It was just a dining room.
We were
People
just
are in
on
your
the
face.
floor,
Like,
and then like
nice.
they were right there.
Yeah, they were like
It
right
was
like in
so-
front of us, so it was just like
so
I'm
high
singing
energy.
into your face.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
I feel like that, like Choose Shine Charlie's Big Top Lounge, where
We've
you're
had some
like,
really
Yeah,
good
we've
you're
had
like
some really
right in
shows at
everyone's
Big Top.
faces, even if there's only 10 people there.
It still feels like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Are there.
That's awesome. Those are the best, right?
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Just more intensity.
What's this would probably be more of like an individual, but what's favorite show you've ever seen?
Oh, okay. I guess we just start here and work our way.
Let's start there, work our way here. I didn't
Oh
think
gosh,
about this
so
stuff.
I have two answers. They're very different.
Is one of them going to
Yes.
be? Yes.
Oh no!
Yes, she is queen.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Oh,
It was an
yes.
amazing show.
Fuck
Oh my
off,
gosh. it
dude.
was-
She's
and then the
so
second
good.
one was I saw Lamb of God and Slayer.
Okay.
So
Quite
Taylor
different.
Swift.
Yeah.
I think that one.
That's
so,
pretty.
Oh, God,
I
yeah.
mean, more like here.
Yeah.
Here.
So I think with Lamb of God and Slayer specifically,
That's
like
great.
I'd seen them both multiple times, but
That's
I always
great.
had problems with the sound, like the sound quality. But this one I was like right in the front of like a just massive pit, and a Lamb of God came on. They hit like the first note, and it just sounded so good. Like the mix was
Oh, man.
perfect. I felt like I was like in the music, and then the mosh was crazy, but it just sounded so good that I
Yeah.
really appreciated that. And then Taylor Swift, I mean, it was just like production. It was like an EDM concert.
She's like a
and
consummate
Super
professional.
fast,
Like
yeah.
It
you
was
see her
super
and you're like, oh, that's
elaborate.
what a pro looks like. It's just insane.
So, yeah, I was fangirling pretty hard.
Yeah.
Connor went with me, and then like
was a
my
good
3
time.
little girl cousins.
So we had cover. It wasn't just
It was
pro
cover, dude.
dudes
We were
in a
taking
Taylor
it.
Swift concert. Yeah.
Yeah, we're here, man. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. We're like, oh, you know, they want
Trying to
see
Yeah,
throw
this is
down
why
to the
we
nose
have
really
It's
Understand
like,
who
fight
they were
anyone,
listening
yeah.
They
Didn't
humored
you say
us.
that like you were way more into it than like your little cousins were?
Well,
Yeah, I was like, wasn't that
Yeah.
awesome? And they were like, it's all right.
It's
okay.
okay. It was so cool.
It was
Bunch of
awesome.
fucking
And they had
nerds.
last thing before I move on. They had like little bracelets that were like synced. Like, it was like geographically synced.
Oh, okay.
And so they would like our wristbands would flash lights that were coordinated across the stadium.
That's
And
Yeah.
so like it knew where you were and it would time it all.
And you could just wave your hands around and light up, and it was
It
like,
was,
That's
it
kinda
was
weird.
really
nice.
cool.
That's
Yeah,
really cool.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
They have like location sensors, so
Yeah.
it was almost like doing the wave. They could send like waves of lights and then have like the two sides like flash colors back and forth.
wild.
So it was like an EDM concert where you have like lasers going all the time with Taylor Swift.
There was
playing.
a lot more pyrotechnics than I expected
Yeah,
in
lot
a
of
Taylor
fire.
Swift show.
Yeah.
Get
It's money, man.
Yeah.
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 Put all that into
Enormous
that.
That
snakes.
production.
Giant cobras, fire.
Yeah.
just,
Oh,
like-
gosh.
What the
It was
sick?
pretty much the
Are
Lamb
you
of God
serious?
show.
They were
all
like-
over.
Yeah, they're not too separate.
Oh
I was
god.
gonna say, is this like a seance? There's
It
like
was
fire
crazy.
and fucking.
I think she
Snakes
is
and
like
fire.
she's low key leading a cult, like or
Yeah.
maybe high key leading a cult. I think
Yeah.
yeah.
In the public eye.
And then she like pulled a sword out of the stage and like.
She full on killed one of the backup dancers.
Yeah, she just sacrificed. There was
Yeah.
a goat. I don't know.
I started to get really confused.
That's funny. And Nick, take it away.
Shit.
I've had plenty of time. I have mine if you don't want to do yours. yet.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What are my
It's
favorite?
interesting.
I've got a lot. They're all pretty small shows. One was like at a festival I didn't even want to be at. We went to Levitation, like Austin Psych Fest.
Yeah. Hell
And,
yeah.
Don't want to be there?
I didn't want to like. I
What?
just wasn't about it.
Him in 2015
Well, here's the thing,
is a
it-
lot
yeah.
different.
It
Oh,
fucking
okay.
rained like crazy.
Mhm.
Oh,
and
really?
It
Oh,
was
man.
just muddy as shit. And
Yeah, it was a mess. But we were hanging around and we were there. Like Tame Impala was like the big.
Nice.
It was Tame Impala and I think Brian Wilson was also.
No, he did
He was-
2016.
There you go.
It was Tame Impala and
Someone else.
Spiritualized.
Hollyway played.
Yeah,
Holy
that was
Wave.
it. That's what I'm talking. Like I wasn't even
Okay.
Tame Impala wasn't even the high point. Like I was
Yeah.
there and we were just waiting and we were by the stage and Holy Wave was a band that Nick had shown me like once and I was
Okay.
like that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And they were on like one of the smaller stages and their set like I happened upon it by accident and it was the best thing
Oh wow.
like
That's pretty
I've
cool.
seen. It was so much fun.
Is that the same band?
That's-
that
yeah, we
opened?
saw them with
Okay,
Black
'cause I was like,
Angels.
yeah, I
they,
remember.
we saw him with like
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
shit. Nice.
That was
Was
cool.
that at Trees or was that part of the tour that?
That's
they were
the
on?
same
It was
tour,
part
like
of
their
the-
Tiny
yeah, It was like a little
Texas
Tiny
tour.
Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
That was the
Tiny
best
Texas.
set.
Were they also on a Tiny Texas tour?
They were.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Wow. Because
Yeah.
we've been making that joke about ourselves.
Oh.
Well, we had a
That's
run of
funny.
shows that was like we had I say run of shows. We went and we played San Marcos and then we played Austin the next night and that's it. Like that was the whole thing.
That's the whole thing.
But like my whole joke was like I'm gonna market it as Wax Dreams Totally Tubular Tiny Texas two-stop tour.
Yes.
Made these
Tongue
posters and
teaser.
everything.
Yeah, right.
And it was so much fun. The poster was like
That's awesome.
huge, just the totally tubular tiny Texas two-stop, and then just like
And then there's
dates.
two
Two
dates.
dates.
Like you know, you get the header and then the list of dates, and it's like, oh my god, it's just the massive like header.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that's great.
but
That's really
yeah,
smart.
so that was like my Holy Wave was like I
Holy
was
Wave?
so
That's
into
cool.
it.
That's
It was
awesome.
so much fun.
Yeah, they were great at Trees. Really good.
So that was me. How about you? Feeling ready now?
Quinn, go.
Step up
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
I'll think.
I don't know which one would be my favorite because I've seen. How many times did I see Twin?
It's like a it's a
Oh, the
hard-
Twin Peaks show. Oh my god.
How many times did I see? Have I seen them twice or just once?
Twice, I think.
Oh yeah, I saw them at Raven Tower and that was okay.
That should
but-
have been my answer.
No, okay. I also have two answers. There's White Reaper and Twin Peaks at Raven Tower
Yeah.
Okay.
in Houston. That was really dope. Just a lot of fun, you know.
Mhm.
That show is kind of what made me want to do like the loose garage rock kind of thing
That's what we sound like.
for a little while. Beer, yay. But yeah, so because I don't know, it was just like I haven't been to a show where I was like, oh, it's just like raw rock and roll,
Mhm.
and it sounds cool, and they're having fun, sick, and it's not like 50-year-old dudes up there.
Yeah.
Nothing against 50-year-old dudes
Nothing.
making music.
Like, Dead
But-
Company slaps straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dead and Co. That's why we were in Austin on the terrible camping trip. We went to
Yeah.
see Dead and Company.
Nice.
Oh,
But
that's awesome.
but no, that was cool. And then the other one was just the sweatiest show I've ever been to with OCs at Barracuda.
Oh,
was just
nice,
fucking,
dude. Nice.
Like, it was so sweaty. So sweaty.
The sweatiest.
But it was just like the mosh pit was just like so
Sweaty.
fucking cool and sweaty. And, ah.
Right.
Yeah.
Any show where you feel free to get involved is like
Yeah.
A plus.
Yeah.
house shows can
Jeez.
be like that.
There you
Like
go,
saying,
right?
You're screaming in someone's face. Everyone's just like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're screaming back at you. You're like, yeah, like, yeah. Oh, like, yeah.
Or the other thing happens is like,
Everyone
No.
goes outside.
yeah, or what happens is like, is oh, you guys are really loud. I'm gonna go have a cigarette.
Yeah, right.
Like,
I'm like, sorry.
See ya.
I think it was the number 44 that said, yeah, like someone tried to like literally grab my guitar, then they grabbed the neck, so I couldn't play. And he's like, I just played it. I just kept
Dang.
playing.
Clocked
I'm
him.
like, can imagine. So intense. The song's
Was
going.
it?
It's
Was
like,
that like Afro Man or Thundercat?
Yes,
He
yeah,
like punched
yeah.
a girl on
Thundercat
stage.
yeah.
punched
She was
someone?
like
Maybe it was
dancing like
Afro Man,
this,
though.
and he goes, boom, and
Dude, it's
just
on video.
drops her, dude.
Wow.
And then he just keeps playing.
Yeah.
And then she gets up and she's just like,
She's like drunk on stage, just
Yeah.
trying to dance on him or something.
he's
He's
like,
just
what?
like,
He's just trying to
Oh.
rip this nasty bass.
he's
line.
like, I've spent
Get outta
too
here.
many years being the best bass player of all time. Like, get off my stage.
Yeah, it was, man. I was like, yeah, it was real.
Oh,
Wasn't
man.
it? Wasn't it?
Good video, guys.
Yes.
Shout out. No, I was kidding.
Yeah.
Shout out to
All right, Quinn, you ready? Nick?
He did, yeah.
I already went.
I know. I
Yeah,
said the
there's
wrong
just-
name.
Get our fucking names straight, Chris.
Yeah.
There's just there's too many that are like just so good. Like I think one of them was a different time in Houston. Whenever we saw Twin Peaks, Quinn actually got sick of this one. And had to sit
I've seen them
outside.
3 times. Holy shit.
That secret group, Post Animal opened up for Twin Peaks.
Oh, dang.
Killer
That was
show.
really good.
oh yeah, and I
um,
threw up all the way through that. That was nice.
Man.
And that
Jealous
was
of it,
another
but you're throwing
sickness
up
not
in
due to drinking. That was
Huh?
not due to drinking.
Yeah, no, that was
just
a
like being sick.
cheeseburger. Like,
Yeah,
man.
the cheeseburgers, man.
did
they
it
get
to
you.
me.
We don't.
Speaking of which,
making
do you
me
want to get a cheeseburger on the way out?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
fucking starving.
What else? King Gizzard at Mohawk. That was great.
That was crazy.
That was really
Nice.
cool. OC's at Hotel Vegas. That was not the last time I saw him, but the time before that. They I got pushed up to the front in the mosh, and the guy had like an open kick drum, like he didn't have a resonant head on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And someone like pushed me. I got flipped and pushed me into it, and I literally just sat there into the clear drums, like with my fucking head like in there, and just like
What?
watching him play the drums.
Oh,
That was crazy. And then
What?
That's the best seat in the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
it was literally just
Stick
like
my
oh
head
God.
in the set.
I mean, yeah, it was not good for the ears at all.
Jeez Louise.
And then I think the other
Yeah.
concert is
Literally,
just
right.
recently during South by. They had they had a levitation showcase and
Nice.
Desert Days showcase like back to back at Hotel Vegas. It was like all day. There's so many
Mhm.
nice. So
That's
That's
there's
pretty
like
rad.
Wand OCs played like 5 nights in a row.
Yeah.
Frankie and the Witch Fingers, Nolan Potter's Nightmare Band. Yeah, there was a ton of good bands.
Mhm.
Holy Wave
Frankie,
played,
yeah,
Psychedelic Form Trumpets, like all
Nice.
on these.
Oh
like,
wow, yeah.
it was
They
really
played
good.
a show together, right, in Dallas.
Frankie and Psychedelic
Psych,
Corn
yeah.
Trumpets. And they didn't even advertise it.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
They just played it.
Way to show me some
We
love.
literally found out as we're practicing. It's like, whoa, fuck.
Yeah, like,
Should we
oh,
go?
can we-
Cookies
can we-
Yeah, should we go? Like,
Yeah,
yeah. That's so
Um,
funny.
What's y'all's creative process? Your creative process.
Ooh.
Like, how do y'all write your songs? Someone come with an idea?
We write
We
a
don't
whole
have-
song and then we decide it sucks and we write it again.
the same
Or
one?
we write a
I get
whole
like
song and
Yeah.
then we decide it sucks and then we just don't do
We
it.
never come
anymore.
back to it. Yeah.
Oh my
I think we got like how many songs are just like
Did we just bail on?
Yeah,
I'm glad that we do that now. We used to just force all of them.
yeah.
We were like, we don't like this, but we
We have no
spent
choice.
too much time on it. Yeah.
You're gonna like
We're
it.
gonna do it.
We're
We're
record
gonna
it.
like it.
So-
It's
But yeah, usually like Nick or Quinn will have like most of the song,
Okay.
and then like we'll just flesh it out. You know, like the bass part and the drum part are very much up to like us. And then we'll just do it.
Do y'all jam any parts out, like sections of the song live, or do y'all keep it pretty tight to what y'all record?
We don't jam near as much as some of our like past projects have. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes just jamming. And this is pretty like it's pretty concise. You know,
Mhm.
like sometimes we'll do like we'll work on specific stuff.
Mhm.
Like we'll like work on a vehicle. We have like a Latin-y thing that we do in between 2 songs right now. You know,
Okay.
but we don't just like space out.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the like I feel like the forms that we play are different than the forms that we record.
Yeah.
Like our live
Mhm.
form and our session form.
Mhm.
So I guess it's kind of a jam, but it's still very structured. So even
Yeah,
like this Latin
it's-
jam that we do, it's like a jam, but it's really like I do this 10 times and then like
Yeah.
Yeah.
so there's not we're pretty straight shooters.
That's
Again,
cool.
we're just trying to just get people to like
Yeah.
sit with us.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
people can tell when you're just jamming. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna go take that cigarette.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we're gonna. And the thing is like if we're going, my whole idea about it is like if we're gonna jam, let's make it at least somewhat like a danceable jam.
Yeah,
for sure.
Not just like a spaced out kind of
Yeah.
like, because like we kind of fall into the psych rock umbrella,
We're
but
like,
but we're not like too. We're not like spacey or psyche or anything like that. Like we're not trying to get people to like fucking like vibe out or anything like that. Because
You're not allowed to vibe out.
you're not allowed to.
No
God damn it.
vibing.
not
No
vibing.
vibing.
Signs
Yeah.
everywhere.
Put a sign on the stage.
Yeah,
No
vibing.
vibing. Well, no, like that's just not the goal. You know, like some bands, like the goal is to just like wash me with the sounds. You know,
Yeah.
and like that's cool if that's your thing, but that's not what we do.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to be a little bit more straightforward, so that if we do get into a jam, I would like it to be something that's like engaging inside or
Yeah.
danceable at least. You know.
I think engagement is the name of the game.
Yeah, like the end of like
The one we
two
did.
of the ones we did today,
Yeah.
Vice Grips and the next morning, each have like a specific outro jam that we don't do on the record. Like both of those, both of those fade out in the recordings,
Yeah.
but we can't fade out live. So we got to figure out some way to end
Yeah.
it.
It'd be
It's
cool to
pretty
try.
hard, but
yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's very. We're just like.
We
We
going up the
actually do
volume.
fade out one song.
We fade
live.
out one
About
song.
About time. We just
Okay.
kind of like. Okay, we're done.
Yeah.
That's
Oh man.
Just get quiet until everyone starts clapping.
Basically.
Yeah,
Thank
okay,
you,
right.
thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
What's awkward though is like we get quiet and we stop and they think we're still going and they're like,
You just start clapping for him. Yeah, guys.
Hey,
It's time. It's time.
hey.
You gotta say
It's
thank
time.
you, and that's how everyone's like, oh, okay, you're
Thank you,
welcome.
yeah. I've definitely clapped for us like multiple times.
Yeah,
And it's
just
like, God, that was so
so-
good. Yeah.
There's like those moments in, especially a song that might have several like hard stops.
There you go.
But if you have a hard stop, it's kind of just like, do we start clapping? Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, dang it.
You
Okay,
go,
yeah,
yeah.
okay, yeah. Whoops.
Our bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
The most important question I want to ask you guys here today
Yeah.
is what your spirit animal is.
I mean, not all at once.
Not all at once.
I have to meditate on this.
I actually know the answer to this.
Do you know what your spirit animal is?
Yes.
I
How'd
love
you find
it.
out?
I love
Well,
it.
it's because
you
I
love
got a
it?
long ass neck, so it's a giraffe.
It's a giraffe. Okay.
I was waiting on I went on this journey and
Yeah. For real, right?
it was revealed to me.
No,
No, I just got-
fucking
you see
did
this shit
mescaline
right
in
here?
the desert.
Yeah.
Looking back in the water,
No,
I saw.
dude.
No, I'm just kidding.
I was watching the Animal Planet and I was like,
Bring out the tape
Yeah,
measure.
exactly.
Where's the tape measure?
shit!
Maybe I am.
Giraffe looking motherfucker.
That's great.
Oh my god. I'm trying to think of the least what's a possum maybe?
That's okay.
I eat a lot. I don't.
Like a raccoon.
I would go with koala.
Koala.
Koala?
Yeah.
Damn, I was gonna say kangaroo because I was like, no one chooses marsupials.
Oh, g'day, mate.
But then you're choosing koala, and I don't know, kangaroo.
Koala, yeah.
Koala and kangaroo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That goes.
Chris.
Dun, dun, dun.
I was trying to, so my coworkers asked me this once. I think I said the dodo bird.
Because your aren't dodos
This is extinct.
Because you're
Yeah.
gonna die.
Ah.
Maybe, I don't know. That's the best answer I can come up with.
It's
The
like
dodo
a.
bird.
It's like a.
Dodo bird because I'm already dead.
Cause I'm already dead, dude.
I'm dead on the inside, so.
Oh, God.
So when's the next stop on this never-ending Texas tour?
Yes.
Austin.
Friday in Austin.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
doing Friday, April 5th. We're playing at New Guild Co-op in Austin with the boys, Millbrook Estates.
Just dropped an EP yesterday.
Yes.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
And
Bougainvillea.
Bougainvillea, yeah.
And they're homies of mine from San Marcos.
Amazing.
So,
Yeah.
I love their music.
They just went on tour recently and they came back and they got the fire now.
That's awesome.
I got it.
They played 15 shows in 13 days or something like
Oh,
that.
man.
So that's a real
That sounds
tour.
like
Yeah.
fun.
That's no tiny Texas tour.
Blistering.
Yeah, they went out west and stuff, so that should be really fun. I'm excited for that because the co-op shows have always been really fun.
Yeah, like it get pretty crazy.
You always meet a lot of interesting people there too.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna find out
Check
people
it out.
there.
Yeah.
In a good way.
They
Really.
get
In a good
offer you
way.
lots of stuff. And
By
it's just like,
fucked up,
dude, no.
by fucked
like,
up,
I
you mean
can't do
literally
this.
Oh, you mean like
Yeah,
drug? I thought.
No,
Like,
no, no, no.
like-
Yeah, you
Oh,
met
no,
a lot
no,
of
no.
fucking
People.
terrible
No,
people.
they're
Just
okay
a lot
people.
of god awful individuals. Yeah.
Any other future dates?
Besides
As of
that
now?
one.
April 14, we're doing Discovery Green in Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an
And
acoustic
then
show.
we're trying to put together a little run of like album release stuff. We're trying to do Austin, San Marcos, and Houston.
Mhm.
We have
but
the San
May-
Marcos one.
Yeah,
nailed
May
down.
10th when the record comes out with the split record, we're gonna play in San Marcos. So
Yeah.
it's really cool.
That's awesome.
We've got a couple Houston shows lined up. We've got Rock and Roll Circus on May 25th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we got a couple Houston things.
Very nice. May 10th
Yes,
final.
yes.
Hopefully a tour at some point.
Yeah.
One
yeah,
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean? You guys are on this long tour?
We've I mean
Another
like,
tour.
Yeah, I
Guys,
mean,
the
another
weekend
tour.
tour.
We gotta
In
do
a
a tour
tour.
in the
A
tour.
tour within a tour,
You
yeah.
gotta
Go
play shows during
dimensional
the
with
week.
it.
we've almost been on tour like
3 times.
3 times.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did one tour. It was so here's the thing. It was the old another
Oh, man.
old band story again.
Hot takes
Okay.
coming up.
Yeah.
So it was we planned this tour and I don't know why the fuck I did this, but the idea was we were like we want to do a summer tour and we want to do it around when we're releasing this album, right? So we have this album coming out, right? And my cousin is getting married in Chicago in the middle of when we need to plan this tour because it's when everyone had time off and all that.
Yeah.
So the goal was, okay, we're gonna do like we're not gonna go up the West Coast because that'd make too much sense. We're not gonna go up the East Coast because that would make too much sense. We're gonna try and book shows through the middle of the country.
Just right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah,
That's
that's
tough.
We
Where
waited
it's
on
all
replies.
going down.
We waited on
That's
replies
tough,
from
man.
all the venues.
yeah.
And we got one reply.
We got 2.
For
Technically, we got 3. We were gonna start in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then make our way up through like Oxford and Nashville and
Yeah.
Pittsburgh and
Gotcha.
all this shit, and then hit Chicago, and then come back down kind of the other way. And that didn't even like none of that happened.
No.
We got New Orleans, and then on a Friday, right?
Yeah.
And then we got Chicago on the next Friday. And then we got, but
Yeah.
those 2 were locked in, so we had to do them. And then we got Houston on the next Friday.
Oh my
Dot,
god.
dot.
Yeah, so we went on a 3-week tour.
So we went on
It
a
was
3-week tour.
insane.
But
We
there was
just
3
happened to
days,
like,
like, you know.
Yeah.
we like already took off work and shit too. So it was like
Crazy.
we went to New Orleans and then we came back and then we went to Chicago and then we came
back.
back and then we played in Houston.
Pretty much all of our tours follow a very similar.
It makes sense
Yeah.
though, right? You're gonna go back out.
Yeah, and sleep in my own bed.
Yeah. And then I head out again.
And then we head out again. Yeah, that's right.
That's
great.
Thank you guys again for coming out.
Oh,
The
for
songs
sure.
are great.
Yeah.
Thanks for
The
having us.
songs
To be
are
here.
great, Yeah. Social media, Wax Stream, Instagram, Facebook,
Extreme.
Wax Stream Band.
Twitter,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Zanga, MySpace.
Our Twitter is garbage. We don't go there.
Our MySpace
Um,
music just got deleted.
Yeah.
So,
No.
Rip.
rip. Everyone's MySpace music got deleted after like 2015.
way.
Oh, really?
Or no. Like before 2015. They
Did
lost all of
Justin
that music.
Timberlake buy MySpace?
Wow.
No, he
Whoa,
played
really?
the guy that owned MySpace in the movie.
Wait,
And
no,
No,
Facebook,
that was
Facebook.
Facebook.
No,
Yeah,
he
but
did.
by-
Justin Timberlake played Tom, didn't he?
No,
That's-
wait.
No,
he played
he played Napster Guy.
He played Napster.
He played
that was
Napster
it.
Guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
right.
I
It
love
was
Napster
Facebook.
Guy.
Napster
Yeah.
Guy.
Napster Guy.
His name's Sean something.
Sean
Timberlake.
Parker.
Connery.
Sean
Is it Sean Parker?
Lennon.
Sean Lennon. Sean Connery.
Sean
Connery.
Too many Seans,
Yeah.
right?
Too many
Too
Sean.
many
Sean
Sean.
of
Too
the
many
Dead.
Mike. Too
Sean
many
Penn.
Ben.
But yeah, no,
Too
it's
many.
Instagram is Wax Stream Band. Facebook is just Wax Stream. We have a website. It's just waxstreamband.com.
I think it's just waxstream.com.
It is waxstream.com.
Just
I
go to
never
Instagram
go there.
anyway.
So
I
yeah.
forgot.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
It's got a bunch of old information on it that I have to update. I'm terrible at
If you want to keep up with us, our Insta.
You
is
gotta
like
get off
Yeah,
the
the
board.
Instagram is the best place to keep up with us.
Okay.
It's just the easiest to update.
Daily.
Yeah.
Daily.
Yeah, we
Sure.
daily stories.
Daily
on
dose.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Thank you
Thanks
guys
to my
again.
girlfriend.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
That's all
absolutely.
for
Thank
tonight.
you.
Appreciate
Yes.
it. Wax stream, wax
This is
stream.
it. This is how we end. Bye. I want a cheeseburger too.
Should I
Straight
do my
up.
R. Kelly
Hungry.
impression now?
Yeah.